6th of September 2017. Again, just following on from the West Street evidence. Okay, we're going to go into Trisel Road evidence here now. Very, very important on many levels, especially when it comes to the law and the application of it, in regards to burglary, in regards to voyeurism, in regards to health and safety, in regards to conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Again, the people that have been voyeuristically filming us are completely 100% culpable for all of this, and were willing to watch me and Rachel burn alive when the living room went up and caught flames because of faulty wiring. The fire service decided to ascertain, from a discrete point of view in a way, in the beginning, the middle and the end, that candles started the fire.
I didn't.
Rubbish. How can a candle start a fire when the pump itself,
Exploded.
connected to the fish tank, is what started the fire? But that's not what started the fire, ladies and gentlemen. You know what started it? Faulty wiring. Deliberate faulty wiring on purpose, without a hindrance of a doubt, to crash out the sockets and to save, from some unbelievable perspective, on money, energy, electricity, and the diversion of how covert cameras could be installed. Rachel, did you ever give anybody any permission to place any covert equipment in 34A Trisel Road, Bradmore, Wolverhampton, WV37HU, during our tenancy with Mr. Dhami? Did you?
No.
No, you did not. And neither did I. So Rachel, what does that come down to? Voyeurism. Right. And we need to go through address by address, because the law are quite clearly, you can see, are going to try and pull a fast one. The fire service are going to try and pull a fast one. The NHS are going to try and pull a fast one. Mr. Dhami is going to try and pull a fast one, and the people who have been voyeuristically filming us, as well as the government, are going to try and pull a fast one. Because our rights as citizens and as tenants were never applied at any stage. And I'll bring you back to this sour, dredging, horrible moment in time. If I would not have woke up, Rachel, what do you think would have happened?
Would the fire service confirm what would have happened? We'd be dead.
We would have been burned alive because of how
we'd have been knocked out by smoke inhalation.
Because of how small the flat was.
Yeah.
Because of how small the flat was, and beside the fish tank there was
8 boxes of paperwork.
8 boxes of paperwork stacked against blinds. You know the very light blinds, which are made of a very light substance.
Venetian blinds, aren't they?
Venetian could have just gone straight up, and believe you me, if I would not have woke up, we were seconds from that happening, because smoke and fire rip-roared to the top of the ceiling. It was that bad, and only by through mine and Rachel's alertness that we maintained to keep our lives.
We managed to put it out as well.
And we managed to put it out, but we were seconds away from being burned alive. But the most distraught, horrific, annihilating of somebody's fucking rights here is that the people that were voyeuristically filming through the Samsung television, they did not alert the services. Now obviously when the time comes, they're going to be asked what those Metropolitan Police officers and the people voyeuristically filming us, what they said to one another when that fire began. What's the bet? They just said, let it burn itself out. Now information has got to me that officers did say that. Whether that's true or not, I can't confirm at this stage. So only the police can confirm that. And when they do confirm it, well, you know the end result of that, and so do I. People in America was watching, all of these people who had the illegal link into the Samsung television was watching our flat go up in flames without contacting the fire service, paramedics or anything. And to even make it even worse, Rachel, what did the fire service go on to do?
Which bit?
They go on to deny the comments. They tried to deny us the comments out of their notebook, which we were legally entitled to, to try and cover up the real reason
and
for the fire.
They kept going on and on for so long
Yeah.
that when they eventually, their excuse was, well, you know, longer live in the property, so I can't give you any information.
Exactly. Well, the IPCC are going to have to ask the police, did they at any stage try to intervene with the fire service, and this goes for the government also, did you allow at any stage to try and cover those notebooks up for the real reason of the fire? And as I keep telling you many, many times over, it is a criminal, conceited, deceitful, demonic campaign against me that's been going on for many years, which is orchestrated by central government and the different constabularies. All I'm doing is just bringing the light and exposing the horrific things that have been happening to me and my girlfriend. So, Rachel, can you just put them down?
Yeah,
you just put, no.
Carry on.
Okay, Rachel. So, what did Mr. Dhami in the end? What did Mr. Dhami in the end do? What did he try accusing us of?
Well, basically, he put in a Section 8 notice, which was for money's...
Oh, yeah.
No, this is important. This is important.
Wait, forget it. Let's get to the
this
fight.
Isn't the fight. This is important.
Just let me talk about the fight. Let me talk.
It's about the fire. If you let me finish.
Just let me talk about the fire.
Then don't ask me a fucking question. Then don't be a knob and ask me a question and not let me answer it.
He tried to accuse us of starting the fire.
This is why I was trying to come on. There was a reason why you said that.
Go on.
Right, you put in a Section 8 notice for money's claimed.
When did you do this? Before or after the fire?
This is all after the fire.
Okay.
Because we were still paying rent when we had the fire. And then he gave us a Section 21 notice to move out. Then when it went to court, the judge went, you can't do that separately, you have to do them together.
Right.
And he pleaded ignorance, despite the fact that Singh was a fucking lawyer.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
which proves they were liars.
Yeah.
And then they went for the Section 21 only.
Yeah.
And then when we came back and said about the fire and the fact that we nearly died, because they wouldn't go through the money claim in the court, he turned around and accused us of setting fire to the flat on purpose, which makes absolutely no sense when we had no insurance. If you're going to set fire to a place, you generally have insurance on it.
Right.
And then he became aggressive, even more aggressive in the court, and threatened us in front of the ushers and the security guard.
Do you think that fire was deliberately started by technological means? Deliberately?
Well, it was an electrical fault, so you couldn't prove either way, could you? And that was the point. You can create an electrical fault, but you can create an electrical fault by a power surge, and a power surge can be created. So you can't prove either way because it will just go down as it was a power surge. These things happen.
So in terms of deliberation, he actually accused us of.
He accused us of starting the fire on purpose, which makes no sense when you have no insurance whatsoever. If you're going to start a fire, you're going to A, not be in there when you do it. B, not lose all your things, and C, have insurance. So
investigators, all they've got to do is just play the tapes back of the covert equipment that was in the Samsung television that caught the entire thing. Not only has it been catching the entire thing, it's been catching people burglarising, it's been catching West Midlands police officers coming in and just doing absolutely what they want. It's caught many things. That's because, ladies and gents, they don't expect at any stage whatsoever for the covert equipment that has been catching a lot of things behind the television to be played out in court. Unfortunately, it's going to be played out in court.
I've done it.
Okay, so
there's nothing else on there.
So have you just checked the name?
There's nothing else on
Okay.
there. It's just signed.
Okay, and can you give the grounds for
possession?
Possession.
That's the Section 8. That's why.
Right, nice.
It's just a standard thing that it says on the front. You can't see it. If you're going too close, you can't make sense of it. You only see half a sentence.
Make sure who the defendants are, please.
It says that on the front, Jeff.
So this went through the courts, and in the end...
Section 8 didn't, 21 did.
The 21 did.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, wait there.
Well, you can stare at a blank piece.
If you think... Okay, so you can do that. Do you think at any stage then that Mr. Dhami collaborated with the police and the government and the NHS? And I said the NHS, the reason for this is because Mr. Dhami accused our neighbour of being, what, a mental health nurse?
Yeah.
Which is just beyond ridiculous. It really is. And he said, captured on conversation, he said, I don't even think she's that. Well, the people who've been illegally filming us from step one, they've been trying to not only just frame me, but frame Rachel as well in certain respects into certain things. But the Metropolitan Police are sitting on the information. as per usual. And it's them that's not doing the job as per usual. I say per usual, and I keep saying the words per usual, that's because it is per usual. And we know who controls the Metropolitan Police, the Queen of England, who continues to block this and that and every goddamn thing under the false that people have served in the military and this is a national security, when none of it is. It's just a created lie by herself and many other people in regards to many other things. And you can play those words back in court. So,
this bit already, so
yes. So what's important is we know there's covert equipment within the televisions, the Polaroid, the Samsung, and the Hitachi and the Murphy. Of which nobody, I own all those televisions, there's nobody at any stage had any right to film me through those televisions. More importantly, Rachel, did you ever give anybody at Trisel Road any permission whatsoever to film us within the property in regards to covert equipment?
No.
Did you ever give anybody any permission for people to listen to us within Trisel Road, West Street,
no,
or 17 Estate?
No, and no.
No. So each address as we go by it needs to be ticked off the list and verified that we did not at any stage give anybody any permission to film us visually and audio, from an audio perspective. Okay, I'm going to come in for part 2 for this, for Trisel Road.